I'm Nick, Victor, for the negative speakers. I'd like to outright say that we should complete that, we shouldn't have to complete that, the barrier between U.S. and Mexico, to help refute some of their issues, some of Peter's issues about the security of the border, the crime and violence, and the economic issues with the immigration. As much as completing a barrier between the U.S. and Mexico would be crucial in securing and keeping out the immigrants, it's the first thing is very costly, very costly to build a barrier. And so, in 2009, the U.S. Government Accountability Office sought to calculate the cost in 2007 and 2008 of building 140 miles of new pedestrian fencing, a single layer of fence built to keep out people on foot. It came up with an average of $3.9 million per mile. Existing secondary fence, the GAO, reported cost about $2 million more dollars to build, and there's roughly thousands more miles they have to build, and so they have to spend millions of dollars just per mile. And to only add to this problem, that the border wall right now that currently exists between the U.S. and Mexico is not as effective as you think. It's actually not as effective, because a report released Thursday by the Government Accountability, by the same people, the Government Accountability Office, also says that $6.5 billion will be needed to maintain the new fencing over the next 20 years. So far, it has been breached 3,363 times, requiring $1,300 more for the average repair. Walls and fences that stretch intermediately along the nearly 2,000 miles international border are intended to keep illegal immigrants out of the United States. Based on news reports, they are not terribly effective. Long, sophisticated tunnels seem easy to build, and a 2009 government report revealed that there had been 3,000 more breaches of the fence January through May of that year. So, and about the crime and violence. Now, there is lots of crime and violence at the border when immigrants are trying to get in. But the Border Patrol has actually arrested enough of them in order to keep a lot of them out of the U.S. So, the Border Patrol, a statistic released by them, the Border Patrol was able to apprehend 327,577 illegal crossers along the U.S.-Mexico border in fiscal year 2011, which ended September 30th. Numbers not seen since Richard Nixon was president, and a precipitous drop from the peak in 2000 when 1.6 million unauthorized migrants were caught. More than 90% of the migrants apprehended on the southwest border are Mexican. So, they're able to arrest enough of them in that time, even though the border is not even complete yet. And so, trying to complete that border it just adds more to the cost to the wall, and to have to pay more Border Patrol officers to have to watch every mile, every space of that wall. And so the third issue Peter addressed was the economic immigration issues. The immigrants coming to the U.S., taking up jobs, taking up space, drinking all the water. is actually not doing good for the U.S. But they're at least coming in with a few positive things that are kind of crucial to the U.S. And how they contribute is their labor. So when they come in, they are taking jobs, but they're taking up hard jobs that Americans don't really want anyways. So, relying significantly on lower wage jobs to fuel the growth, Texas has drawn from a large, relatively cheap labor pool that's included large numbers of legal and illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants have taken jobs in many of the industries central to Texas's economic boom, such as home construction, agriculture, and the surface industry. Illegal and illegal immigrants make up about 20% of the state's total workforce, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, and the Pew Hispanic Center estimates that 8% of Texas' total workforce was made up of the illegal immigrants as of 2008. And just let's see, maybe one more to share with you. Okay, so one more from also from the Census Bureau. That the comptroller estimated, moreover, that the Texas workforce would decline by 6.3% without the illegal immigration population, even accounting for new arrivals that would most likely come to replace them. So, completing this border would be good to have total security within the U.S., but it's not very effective to even build one. It's very costly too. Taxpayers have to be paying that off. So the crime and violence, we can't do much about that, but we arrest enough of them at the border. So